best. A couple like low key joints, and
Yep.
you still need to make your reviews, nigga.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna still do that. But you ever had when you're relaxing and your mind is like you in decompression mode and your girl or whoever, you know what I'm saying, has preoccupied your mental space at the moment, starts to tell you a story. So you're listening, but you're like on cynic mode. So it's like you cut straight, cutting straight to the core of shit. And they start telling you a story like immediately. You just know somebody on bullshit. But then they be like, wait, like it's more to the story, and it's like the more they tell you, the more it's like, yeah, they on bullshit. And then at the end of the story, after this whole runaround, you come to the conclusion that what? They was on bullshit.
It was just on bullshit for the rip.
Yeah. Off rip, you knew they was on bullshit. And that's how it's gonna be with these two dudes. Like immediately, I'm like, they on bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
a lot of these motherfuckers, when I see him, I'm like, they on bullshit. Kevin Samuels, I'm like, he on bullshit.
Yes, and yeah,
he on bullshit.
There's a growing market for hating women online, especially black women, because it makes them money. Regardless if you're saying you're telling the truth or not, it all comes across as very negative. Because so that there's a very, very robust market for that for whatever reason.
Let me ask y'all a question. As men that love women, black women. Mm-hmm. I love black women too, even though my fiance is white. I love black women too. I want to clear that up because it was sounding weird when I said it. All right, so what irritates y'all more as men? The motherfucker that placates to women by like shitting on dudes, or the dude that shits on women? As a man, like which one irritates you more?
Either I think it comes. You can see where it's fake at when it's a dude trying to shit on men for women's attention. I think that's why it irritates me most. I'm gonna just say that.
Dude shits on women.
Yeah, like the Jackson. What's the Jackson? Whatever
his
name was.
Yeah. He don't shit on women.
Yeah, he do. No, he shits on men.
He shits on men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't want to placate.
Kind of like that's see through, so I can feel you. I like. Yeah.
See, to me, it's like that's the more goofy nigga to me.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because
he's gay and he's shitting on women. Like you're a weirdo. Like
I mean, I don't know. Like he's flamboyant, but I don't know if he's gay. That's your call. But
I'm not saying he's gay. I'm not trying to disparage him. I'm not just saying he's gay.
No, I'm saying Derek Jackson come off as gay to me.
Huh?
The Derek Jackson dude come off more gay than me. Kevin Samuels just put well together like he might be gay. That nigga act gay. Right. He be doing some gay shit. It's like my thing is like it's weird. Like it's weird to be. It's weird to be married. Like I see, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Kevin Samuels, niggas relate to Kevin Samuels more because he says shit unabashedly, and I feel like sometimes his approach is unnecessary, even if his message is true at its core. Derek Jackson, he reminds you of that nigga that you was in elementary school with, in middle school with, the playground with, who didn't really have what it takes to get the girl. So instead of getting the girl, he like hung with the girl and shitted on the dude, and then still never got the pussy. He still never got it.
It's a version of dirty macking that it doesn't come across as dirty macking, at first, but it obviously is. You know what I mean? So, and it still doesn't.
What you call it? Dirty macking?
Yeah.
Dirty macking.
But it ain't macking if you ain't macking. You can't put the mac. Because listen, you're not going to disrespect the art form of macking if the motherfucker ain't macking.
Hey, let's kick the we're gonna have to keep
What up? It's your boy T.
Yeah, it's your man B.
You want to ride up? We got our guy Ron here.
What's going on, fellas?
It's season 3, episode 11. Who we giving 11 to? Don't say his name.
Isaiah Thomas.
Fuck that. Don't say it. No, God damn it, Brian. You gave it to Isaiah Thomas. All right, it is what it is.
We giving it to Zeke? We giving it to Zeke this episode?
That's the first 11 I can come. Mark Rippon.
We gave 11 to him last year.
I'm biased. I'm biased. This, you know, it's the Phil Sims episode. No.
Why can't it be the Julio Jones episode?
It's the Julio Jones episode.
It can't be Julio's episode.
Julio Jones.
He was 11.
We can do Julio. You want to do Julio?
Damn. It can't be who. He said no.
He said no. Wait, Bree said no. You said no, big.
Damn.
I mean, let's give it to the back. Let's give it to the Piston. You don't want to give it to the Piston?
That's even worse.
You're saying we did that back-to-back season, so
back to back. I mean, you know.
Julio Jones. All right, bet Julio Jones, man.
I don't like the Pistons. Oh, you know what?
You know I don't like the Pistons.
Episode. We give it to Clay.
Oh, the Clay episode.
It's the Clay episode.
Okay.
Clay Thompson, not Steroids Matthews.
And shout out on his
Splash, bro. Splash, bro. Okay.
Yeah, on his path back to health. And
Give it to the Splash.
That's up. So yeah, that's what's up. The Clay episode. That's up.
So my you said
Shout out the light skin niggas.
So the more goofy niggas, the Derrick Jackson type niggas. The niggas gonna shit on dudes.
That's a goofier nigga.
What about you, Ron?
You whack ass nigga for that.
What about you, Ron?
I'm gonna lean on that side. I'll lean on that side because I mean, you know, you don't know what angle that guy is coming from. You just don't know what angle he's going with it. So I would say more on that side.
Yeah,
what's disappointing about it is that it's the women are showing no discernment at all. It's like you let a dude who trying to hard you feed you bullshit, and you be like, nah, but then this is gold. Also, if a dude is shitting on you that want to get with you, you be like, but then Kevin saying you shit on you and it's gold. Like, yo, where the fuck is your integrity?
It's weird how that market is, bro. Like, so there's a market for blackmail resentment for women, and there's also a market for women seeking attention from niggas that don't want them. It's a weird thing about content creating right now, bro. It's just odd.
But is that not a human market though?
Absolutely, it's a human. I'm not saying black
human market, right?
It's a women's interesting, and you're fighting for eyeballs, and I guess
trying to find
It's like women make the best demographic, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean. It's an easy thing to hit, not an easy thing to hit. It is. There's a bigger pool.
It's probably one of the easiest audiences to try and gain. Yeah, if you're trying to get notoriety and popularity.
It's a bigger audience to swim.
Anything that hits on relationships.
Yeah, relationships.
You're gonna get an audience like that.
Right. It's just new. It feels new. It feels new.
It does feel new.
That where the men it's like a man host that like dissects women who are modern or whatever. Like, fam, you sound like, I don't know. You sound to me. Everything that kind of like you talk about, like, oh, we need to be traditional. Like, a lot of that shit is bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. So, like, because
you talked about that. You mentioned that the other day in the chat.
Yeah.
When you was talking about gender norms and shit like that.
Yeah.
Expound on that today.
It's a lot of stuff that niggas learned in the 1950s that don't even apply to black people at the end of the day. Like, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's just real stupid. Like, you don't make $100,000, niggas. Shut the fuck up about you wanting her to fucking be in the kitchen all day, fam.
That ain't enough.
She needs to make a living just like you.
It ain't enough. For those who don't know, making $100,000 is not enough for a family. It's not enough.
I don't quite make $100,000, and it's not. I can tell you, it's not enough. It's not enough.
But it's not enough. Because I'm gonna tell you why it's not enough. Because the more money you make, the money you make. Go ahead.
I'm just. She just said something to me off the screen.
What's up?
That's what I'm getting at. You have to have a 2-income household to live in America. It just is what it is. So that 1950s bullshit, that you're talking about, that beaver cleaver bullshit, don't work. That means bringing home the bacon shit don't work. I can't tell you exactly what the fuck to do because you gotta fucking do what the fuck you gotta do too.
You know, one of the reasons is the thing about it when people are like, oh, a man got, listen, one of the things that didn't exist back then where we had these norms was women didn't have fucking rights.
That's also true.
Women weren't able to get a fucking job.
Right.
Unless they was prostitutes or maids half the time. They couldn't get like legitimate jobs. Right. Most families had one car. They had a landline phone. They had one, maybe two TVs.
The options were limited.
The money that a man had to spend was so far, you know what I'm saying, less that it's a lot easier for him to do so.
Right.
But the problem is back then, unless you were the owner of a company, the job security and the job availability was the issue.
Right.
Like you had to think about how many times you hear somebody whose dad worked in a steel mill or they worked these long fucking beat your ass jobs for the whole life. And then all their kids are ungrateful because daddy wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now it's like, okay, like if I were by myself, I could afford to live by myself with like if there was no needs. But that's not quality of life. So once you start talking about quality of life, and as a man, you know what I'm saying, if you're with a woman who of quality as well, she's going to desire quality. So you can't expect your woman to live with you in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Here's the quality of life.
You know what I'm saying, for 40 years and be like, oh, I'm just happy.
Right.
No, because she's going to compare her life to somebody who she sees, who she thinks is succeeding, and because they all do it.
Because she can also look at the path and also take that path and get more. So I mean, like that doesn't. Like, there's that.
There's that too.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to in the group chat. It's not no longer. It can't be just a simple business arrangement. I buy you. You do this for me, and I keep you here.
Real quick, Brian. So what? It has to be a. Let me let Ron in. Let me let Ron and Felicia. What prompted our conversation was, I think it was real. Somebody posted it was Ty. He posted in the group chat some female that was her question was, what do you bring to the table, and said that a man can't ask that question. That we can't ask the woman what she brings to the table. She says that if a man asks her what she brings to the table, that all she got is that 2-minute conversation and it's a wrap. Like that's a
nothing. You gotta. That's the people who go react like.
That's an unfathomable question for a man to ask a woman when everybody knows whose question it is. That's not a man question. Men don't ask that fucking question.
You don't ask that question.
We may retort it. We may retort that question.
We might ask it in a different way, but we're not going to ask it that way.
That they bring than y'all, but it's not that they don't ask what you bring or don't want you to bring certain things. It just might not be the same.
Expectations
thing.
and asking, expectation and the question is two different things.
I've never asked a woman who was interested in me, what do you bring to the table?
No.
That shit just sounds weird. It just sounds weird thinking about it.
The same way.
Oh, absolutely. But that's about looks. That's about.
You're weighing it in your own little ways. What you
but women will point blank ask that question. Yeah, what do you bring to the table?
Question for some women.
Okay, so y'all are being
saying women. Wait. Have women actually asked you that question?
I've heard women ask that question before.
I've never been asked that question.
Hello.
I've never been straight up asked that question. Not straight up.
I've never been asked
that. It's a liminal question.
It's a very it comes about. That's why I said when I was talking about is that question an overbearing question? It's an offensive question. It's an offensive question, not in the fact that it's offensive, but it puts somebody on their toes, regardless of who asked it. It's because the same thing can be getting at is what do you do for a living? Do you have kids?
Well, that goes back to how it's being presented, right? I mean, it goes back to how it's being
you can
presented.
present it in different ways. Like I was trying to say it from a man's perspective, but women do the same thing. They don't ask. I've never been asked straight like that. Yeah. What do you bring to the table? That's some bull. That's like, yo, fam, where we on? Like, and that's why I was saying, yo, fam, we need to.
I don't ask that question either.
I mean, that's like, that's like
if you're in the dating world, that's an anti-fun question. And what you're trying to do is fucking date is have fun. So why are you trying to interrogate a nigga? Like, so like, or a woman, like that's some whack, that's whack. So and it's the same either way on either side. Like that's why the Bama that says, yo, I don't want to spend money, you're a clown too. The Bama that says, I don't want to spend money, come to my house and we can watch Netflix so I can, fill on your titties or whatever. That's a blanket. That's you can. It depends on the joint that you're trying to talk to. It depends on the joint that you're trying to. You can't make that fucking like your blanket game. That's your game. That's how you want to live. So if you're not serious, then don't be serious. You can be not serious with non-serious women. But if you're trying to holler at serious women,
yeah, that's what Tinder's for.
And you're gonna play that game, that's whack. And you're a cornball. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Look, so I'm not saying that it's not a legitimate. I think as an adult, it's a legitimate question to have. Yeah, like. It's a legitimate question to have, but my thing is this. My thing is this. It's like, what do you, as a person asking somebody this question, like, what are you anticipating to happen? What do you want out of this to ask me that? Because my thing is this: if I ask you this question, if I ask the woman that question, it wouldn't be some open-ended question, because when I ask it, I'm going to follow right up after asking by telling her what I want.
So T, so are you guys okay? So you looking at that? Are you looking at, is that the new way? Is that the new way of asking what do you do for a living? Like, is that what that is?
Because because
that's not what that is, right?
No, not at all. Because what you do for a living is a profession. It's business. You're not relationships and business aren't the same thing.
How much you make though? No, wait. People.
That's different.
Because it's almost like we need to bring a resume to a date or something like.
Wait.
I see where you're going, Brian. I see where you're going.
You ask what you do for a living so you can get a fucking scope of what you get paid. That's all. Why? That's the only reason people want to know what you do.
So
that's your hours. How much time will you have to spend with?
Also, whatever.
For women, I'm sorry. For women, no, I'm sorry. Spending time is a big thing too. You could make a lot of money with some things, and you'll know you're gonna be miserable with that person. I couldn't date an astronaut or like a doctor or some shit like that. Like that shit's weird. They're gonna be gone for forever. All the time.
What Felicia just said is 100% true. And guess what? Men, women. If any women listen to this, men think about that aspect more than you might believe. Here's the thing though, you are the ones who failed to think about it and then remember it once you have the answer, because you don't want no broke motherfucker, right?
Right.
You don't want a broke motherfucker. So in order to not be broke, you gotta work.
Right.
Now,
that's true. That's true.
Depending on your profession, it's going to require you to work.
Yeah, that's true. Like, so, you go out on the first date, and the dude says, and the question comes up, and the dude says, "Yo, I'm a CEO of doesn't have to be a 500,000, 500 million. Doesn't have to be 500 million. I'm a small business CEO, right? That means I probably put in 150 hours of fucking every 2 weeks. So that doesn't have a lot of time invested in you.
She ain't hearing that.
Love they have time invested in them.
Yeah, she ain't hearing that.
Yeah, I agree. What
you said is the truth. But if you tell a chick, If you have to tell a chick that you are a CEO, they are not hearing that part. Even if you no, I'm trying to tell you, they start thinking about what lingerie they're going to wear tonight when they give you pussy.
At first, but then it turns into
it's dropping. It's definitely dropping that night. They're dropping.
If you are a CEO, if you are a CEO of a company, and if you go out, I'm not going out on no fucking date unless we fucking. I'm not going out on a date unless we fucking.
Oh.
Hey, listen. Hey, Ron.
If you're a CEO, you should do. You should buy. You should.
Listen.
You should play that as big as it possibly can.
The man. One of my favorite movies of all time, Aladdin. What did my man say? Those who have the gold make the rules. Period. Those who have the gold make the rules. Now the only thing that matters is what is the gold in that equation. If pussy is the gold, which a lot of times it is, they gonna make the rules. Dick, to me, even though in my opinion, I think the power of the P is equal. Penis, pussy is equal. It's the motherfucking individuals who hold themselves out for shit that they want, thinking they treat me like a need. I don't need you to give me pussy because I can get pussy from any female. But when dudes treat it like, oh, I have to get it from this particular person, so now you at the mercy.
The rejection also in that of itself, the rejection also holds a lot more weight from that type of dude.
Absolutely. So I agree.
And that's where rape comes in. A whole bunch of
we talking. We keeping it strictly above board.
But I'm just saying, I know. Because you if you lose power in your mind as a male that thinks that way, that can play dangerous tricks on you.
I agree.
Tricks on you. So
I agree, especially if you winning with it. If you got a winning formula, a lot of times you don't know how to process the loss. Yeah. Like how the fuck I got $1 million in the bank. I pulled up in a Maserati. I got a fucking Tom Ford suit on. I smell like heaven.
Yeah.
I met her at the 40/40 club. You know what I'm saying? Holding bottles in the air. Why she ain't over here giving me some pussy right now? He can't fathom that. But he don't think. He's so arrogant in his head. The guy you talking about, he ain't realized nigga shit the 40/40 club. What makes you think you the only person that has what you have?
There's a bunch of bottles that got popped out there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like what
makes you the funniest out there? Are you the flyest? Are you the all that comes in the
no.
Do you make the most bread? Do you have the most zeros? Is you right there? Like no, bro. Like so.
But for the sake of this argument,
it's a grain of salt. There's a million women out there, bro. Like it is what it is at certain parts of the day. If she doesn't like you need to move on, fam. That's all I'm saying.
For the sake of the argument, we're not going to defend the creep activity. We only going to.
No, wait. I wasn't trying to.
I'm not saying you were, but I know you would have set up a question, and I would have been the person defending the creep, and I ain't want to defend that nigga right now. Because listen, because I feel like women, you know how it's funny because they say when women are crazy, they say it's a man that made them that way.
You're gonna take a side. You're gonna take some side, goddamn it. You're gonna take a side. You don't know what side you're gonna take yet, but you're gonna take a side.
If a man is a creep, it's probably some woman that made him that way. Oh, see, if you say that, like that, right?
Something.
But listen though.
Something got him there, right? That's what you're saying.
If a woman can say she crazy and it's a man that got her that way. Mm-hmm. What's the difference to saying if a man is listen, okay, so here's the thing. This word creep.
Okay, so following your line.
Hold up. Because there's the word creep. Women will call anything creep. If a woman see you looking at a girl's ass, oh, you a creep. Pause, bitch. Pause. I'm not. I'm looking at her ass. I'm gonna look at the ass. Does not make me a creep. Me, if see,
she just does. The woman in the house does.
No, it don't. No. It doesn't make me creep regardless.
Time in the place.
Listen,
it needs to be appropriate.
Hey, women, you cannot decide how long I can look at an ass. You can't decide how long I can look at an ass.
Yes, we can. Say how long
you
it's appropriate. Right,
no, you can't.
It's awkward, quick. It gets awkward. You need to.
How? Then don't look. Why are you looking at me looking at ass? Now I'm creeped out by you looking at me looking at ass.
If it's
now you a creep. Now you a creep.
Are you with your girl? Are you with your girlfriend and you're looking at that?
No. I'm just talking about in general. I'm just talking about in general. If a man look at a girl's ass, and I understand Felicia's saying I'm being dramatic. Listen, I get it. I'm not saying you got to
turns around and says you don't look at my ass.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the act of looking at an ass. I've seen women calling men creeps because they've looked at a woman's ass. Because to women, every second is 10 seconds to women looking at her ass. Every second is 10 seconds to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Every second is 10 seconds. Damn, how long you gonna look at her ass? Well, shit, how you know what I was looking at? Like women can look at her ass. Yes, you do.
About them.
Like, are you jealous that nobody's looking at your ass? Why are you concerned with what I'm looking at? I didn't say that to her. I didn't like.
What if it's people talking about people looking at their ass? That's making them uncomfortable. Like, it can't be jealous if I'm talking about me. Like, you're making me uncomfortable. Looking
but Felicia, listen,
I'm not jealous of anything. I just want it to stop. I'm not jealous.
You want me to stop looking at somebody else's ass?
No, my own. I'm talking about my
No. Mama, I'm not talking about. Listen, so that's not the context what I'm talking about.
But that's the thing. Women are talking, like, I don't think what we're talking about as far as women, it's not about looking at another woman's ass. Why would we care what you're doing with another
But y'all do.
No. Unless it's our nigga. If it's ours, then you would gonna care. But if it's a random nigga looking at a random ass, who gives a fuck? I don't know.
Women call everything a man does.
You just put yourself on mute, nigga. You going so hard, you put yourself on mute.
No. Somebody called me. No, what I'm saying, all I'm saying, I'm exaggerating on how long you look. I'm just saying that a creep can be. What I'm saying is a creep can be somebody that looks at an ass, and you saying how long? Cool, but a creep is also a rapist, right?
That's the very far end of the spectrum.
But what I'm saying is they lump. All I'm saying is they will lump everything into the same box.
It's culture. It's right. But
that's like
listen. That's culture. Yeah, at a given point, that is true. Yes, misogyny.
A man can have a prostitute, right? He can be a pimp. He can be a pimp with a prostitute. He can be a pimp with a prostitute. And they travel out of state. And guess what? If he goes to jail, you know what they charge him with?
And it's trafficking.
They charge that man with sex trafficking. Right? Now with no prefacing, all you hear is this guy got locked up for sex trafficking. What comes to mind when you hear sex trafficking? It's not pimping and hoeing.
No.
Exactly. And that's the same thing I'm talking about.
When women get locked up for having Johns, they get locked up for being a hoe, but the fucking John don't get locked up. Like, what the fuck?
No. Felicia, I don't want to lose you right now. I don't hang tight. I'm not trying to lose you. What I'm saying is the wide scope of the term is what I have an issue with. You know what I'm saying? Like the wide scope, like a sex trafficking. To us, sex trafficking is somebody kidnapping somebody and selling her across the fucking Santa carton.
It's like I'm stealing a homeless woman in Nebraska and took her to Mexico.
Yeah, because the shit's a little tweaked.
And then she's got
it's tweaked worse. My point was that it's tweaked worse for women than it is for men. I understand that point. I get it. It's facts. Not doubting it, but This whole
You know where he got them sex trafficking.
We're not gonna linger on sex trafficking. I was giving an example of the wide scope of sex trafficking could be you basically being a pimp with a hoe who that's her profession. She gonna do it when that pimp is gone.
But
so what I'm saying is creep is different.
We have a personal experience with that. We have a third party experience with shit like that.
Litigation still involved.
Yeah, that does.
It's still litigation. I was talking about.
Yeah, that's still happening.
I was talking about. Crank caller.
But,
all right, so listen. So let's get back to these goofy niggas.
Can you really turn a hoe into a housewife?
Yes, you can.
No,
yes, you can.
I'm just playing.
Yes, you can.
I'm playing.
But guess what? If you turn a hoe into a housewife, if you turn a hoe into a housewife, you have failed because she ain't doing the shit that a hoe gonna do. So what did you do?
Wait. That's not necessarily true. But we talking. You know what? This is.
Oh,
wait. Let's get back. Yo, hold on, wait. Right.
Housewives don't do it just because, bro. Fuck what you talking about. Housewives do not do it just because.
I was playing. Next topic. We got it.
A housewife will not do it just because.
Verse, all right, bro. A
housewife won't be watching. Hey, so let me tell you. Listen. So we talking about Derrick Jackson and Kevin Samuels for a second, and we're gonna move past, right? The reason why I'm saying Derrick Jackson is because I've experienced that goofy type shit.
Yeah, we all have.
I worked at a job one time, right? And there was this young lady, attractive young lady, obviously, and we were cool. And I'd seen her maybe 2 times because we didn't work the same schedule. And so I didn't even know her name. Didn't know her name enough. Didn't talk to anybody about it enough. So fast forward to maybe a month or so passed, and me and her started being cool. Me and her started having conversations or whatever. And again, I still hadn't talked to, because I'm private about my shit anyway. So I ain't even talked to nobody about you know what I'm saying, me and her even having conversations. And one night we and her having a conversation, and she's like, yeah, so-and-so said that you only talk to me because you wanna, you know what I'm saying, you only wanna fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dirty type shit I'm talking about.
That's the goofiest shit that when she said it, I was like, that's the goof. And listen, long story short, do I need to tell y'all what happened at the end of that night? Do I need to say it? I don't need to say it, right? So it didn't even work. And I said, listen, and this is my suggestion to any insecure nigga. If you are insecure nigga, keep that shit to yourself. Because the last thing you need to do is put another nigga on your girl's fucking radar. And what you goofy niggas, and women do it too. If y'all insecure, y'all do this goofy shit where your significant other is not thinking about anybody but you, and then your insecurities put these people on their radar. And now they looking at these niggas. And guess what? You insecure, he not. You insecure, she not. And you obviously threatened by something. They pick up on it. Now guess what? The person who you put on the radar is now the person getting the pussy. Or you know what I'm saying? Or getting the sex from these people. So just shut the fuck up and get over yourself. But let's move on.
So on the write-up is not a relationship. That's why I avoid it. I avoid.
This is not a.
It's not a relationship podcast, and
we're not a relationship podcast. Just you gonna put a disclaimer.
Yeah, no, wait. Like over the last month, it's been like shit on podcast month. You know what I mean? Because for whatever reason, niggas get on that's you know of a certain age, meaning our age. Get on podcast.
Yeah, right. We're that age now. We're that.
We're that age now. Love to shit on women and whatever. Like,
hell no.
No wait. I'm just telling. No wait. I'm not saying that.
Talking shit.
We're talking shit. No. We're good. I'm not saying no. Even on this conversation that we just had was about that. I'm just saying I try to avoid that in general because
just in general, yeah.
I don't even want to have the appearance of having. We get an audience, I want it done the hard way.
Brian Austin, listen, y'all. Brian don't like clickbait topics, and this is clickbaity as fuck.
So fuck Fresh and Fit. We're not gonna talk about you niggas, and whatever. But yeah, we can move on. Like there's some great football this weekend. We can talk about the Wizards again.
You know what we're gonna talk. You know what I want to talk about, Brian, because you brought it up. You brought it up ahead of the episode, probably a week ago. You said you had some new opinion on the Faison Love situation.
Which Faison?
After you watched that comedian, the female comedian special documentary on Hulu.
Okay. Well, that was a while ago. I can't really like. Okay, I got you. Faison Love said a lot of things that obviously is truth to him. I don't want to disrespect Faison. I'm sorry. I don't want to disrespect Faison Love, even though he hasn't had anything relevant in about 15 years or whatever it has been. I mean, just the truth.
It's been a minute. And
he can say whatever. Like it's just like 50 Cent. See, he says a lot of shit that makes sense and that's true, but it's a lot of hating ass shit. It's just a lot. He's a billionaire, right? He like almost. You know what I mean? 50 Cent is a billionaire. And he still finds time to hate on niggas. I mean,
so what was your new revelation, Brian?
That women can be funny in different ways. I don't even remember what my original fucking point was when I brought that up. What I'm saying is like women have a legacy in comedy that is beyond appealing to whatever demographic that you think they should be appealing to. But
that wasn't his argument though.
He was saying that Nicole Byers sucks white dick, so she got on fucking Netflix. That's what he said. Basically,
he said something about they only put unfunny black women on there.
That's not because Nicole Byers is not unfunny. I watch her on the little bake show. She's a host. She's funny. Now her stand up, I don't give a fuck about her stand up. I haven't watched it, but she's funny in the shit I've seen her in. You know what I mean? Fuck her stand up at the end of the day because she's making money on other.
That's what he said.
Okay, cool. But you don't have to bring it. Wait. You don't have to bring up other black people. Because you don't bring up black people in general, all the unfunny motherfuckers. Donald Glover's fucking stand-up wasn't fucking funny.
Oh, weirdo? I thought that was pretty funny.
I fuck with it, but it's all good. Wait. I fuck with Donald, even before, the whole time I fuck with Donald Glover. His rap, Childish Gambino, I fuck with Donald Glover.
Word, nah, yeah.
What I'm saying is, that was a stand-up that appealed to white people.
It was. It was. I think that's where my Caucasoid gene kicks in because I mean to me Weirdo was funny, so I would agree with that. That's definitely where my Caucasoid gene kicks in.
You know when Faison said that, and we talked about it on the show a few episodes back about Faison's opinion, and my thing about it is it's like. When you get to knocking a specific type of stand-up, it makes me question your ear for funny. If you only can find one thing funny, or like if you are like you just tell me maybe you're just limited in what you think is funny. That's not an indictment on the comedian. That's an indictment on you, Faison.
And honestly, it sounded like he was limiting what black people find funny.
It's almost like the female comedian game is very similar to like the female rap game, where it's like if you don't get the stamp of approval from a male, it's gonna be even harder for that female to make it in that industry.
If you're black.
Am I making sense?
If you're black,
if they're black,
not white.
I mean, especially if they're black. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like if a man doesn't.
It was that special that I watched had white women comedians and black women comedians. And it is a barrier regardless of the race or whatever. So,
and then it's almost like it, you know, the two genres are very similar, because it's almost like you never see a black female comedian bigging up another black female comedian. Like it's almost it's weird.
But you know why though? Right?
Because they're trying to be number one. They're trying to make it.
It's because, listen, what happens a lot of times, and you'll hear these females say it a lot of times, is they'll say, I don't have a problem with this other person, right? It's because they aren't the ones in control of their narrative. Because listen, if I know that it's been successful for me to pit one against the other, then why would I not try it and true? And at the end of the day, if you're not of my people, if I'm not of your people, then there's no damage done to me, because we still, like, if I'm white and my people are still good, the only detriment to what I'm doing is to you and your people. I'm causing a division within your ranks.
Yeah. That hill, like, but that hill is so hard to climb, and just I'm in both of those genres. It's just like those hills are so hard to climb, man. It's crazy to me how the comparisons are very, very similar. In my view, anyways, in my eyes.
And I have to watch it again. It was an interesting journey. It followed Kristen Schlesinger. It followed a lot of.
It had a lot of dope comedians. Fuck female. They had a lot of dope fucking comedians. They got some unfunny females on there too.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of funny ones, and they're just funny comedians. Fuck being female, they're just fucking funny.
It was funny.
What was this on?
God, I don't know what I was watching.
I want to say it's on. It's either on Prime or Hulu. It's on Prime or Hulu.
Okay. It's on Prime or Hulu. Well, we can lead into that because you posted the Ryan Davis interview on Breakfast Club.
You said it was a dope interview.
It was a great interview, and as we championed him before we even restarted this podcast, we were championing him.
Yeah, man, I'm a huge Ryan Davis fan, man. Huge Ryan Davis fan.
And you need to see him if he's in Colorado, bro. Go see him.
Yeah, he's coming here next month, I believe. I'm trying to get the tickets. Yeah,
man.
Please
go see him. It's funny that Brian asked what has Faison done in the last 15 years. He said, now, the last thing I remember Faison loved being on is Couples Retreat, which I love that movie. Yeah.
In fact, he was good in that movie too.
But here's the thing though. My thing is, why are you constantly complaining and critiquing and talking shit about these stand-up comedians when you don't have a body of work for people to critique you?
Right.
Ari Spears and Mike Epps and Cat Williams have come at Kevin Hart. At least they have a body of work to be critiqued. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For you guys to be like, oh, Dave Chappelle appeal to white people. Why? Listen. The goal is to appeal to everybody. If I already know that I can crack the nigga joke and get the niggas laughing, my bag is limited. If I can only crack the white joke and get the white folk laughing, my bag is still limited. Bigger because it's a bigger pool, but I want to get everybody. Dave Chappelle started off.
Was that viewed as just pure hate?
Yes, in my opinion, it's hate. You know why? Because it's narrow-minded. Number one, you not like the fact that you said niggas wasn't fucking with Dave Chappelle started off on Def Comedy Jam.
And that's some bullshit. If
you know anything
in Philadelphia before the Chappelle show came out, he was in Philadelphia, on 60th Street, and Ron was in, and we was in Philly together at that time. That Bama sold that motherfucker out. That was black people selling that fucking shit out. That wasn't.
You want to know how?
Black fucking spot to fucking go to fucking see Dave Chappelle.
That's true.
You want to know how?
Before Chappelle show.
If you were a black comedian coming up in the 90s, especially early 90s, the stamp of approval was Def Comedy Jam. You couldn't get on Def Comedy. Listen, if you know the backstory on Def Comedy Jam, you couldn't be no rando. Oh, I just do comedy and get on Def Comedy Jam. That means you had already shown the showrunners that you already cook.
Yeah,
Dave did Def Comedy Jam twice and cooked both times.
All right.
And his comedy styles weren't even the same. So not only are you ignorant in saying that, oh, Dave Chappelle, white people, you ignorant in the fact that you say that, but you aren't even recognize the fact that this man is versatile. he's look at his stages of being a comedian. He switched up several times with no writers.
Yeah, it's not. I can't even have that conversation.
So when Faison Love comes out and he says inflammatory shit, it's to be relevant.
We had this conversation maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after I said that, because I don't remember exactly what I was getting at when I saw the documentary and, you know, comparing it to what Faison was saying. But I love that documentary. I wish I had the name of it for you, Ron, so you can go ahead and watch it.
I'll look it up, man.
You'll find it. It has all the.
It's called Hysterical.
It's hysterical. Yeah. Okay. So it has almost every funny comedian, women comedian in it. Like it, and it details their story, especially like Schlesinger and all the Netflix. I don't even know Ali Wong was on it, but like, she didn't speak, but I think they showed like a clip of her or so. Yeah, but and it just was fascinating how much bullshit you had to go through as a woman in comedy to get to even to a stage that even halfway have even consider get to the place where you could be judged when you're funny. You know what I mean? So it was wild, and then I just. It
really is.
I don't know what directly correlated that to me to Faison, but Faison needs to first of all, he needs to lose weight. I'm not even doing on the joking side. No, he can barely breathe. He was on Pierre's show. He was on Pierre's podcast. You can fam, this Bama. He's huffing every fucking breath and talking in every fucking sentence. He's, fam. Like that is your job.
Yeah, I remember
just like Black Dog can rap for 10 minutes and you don't hear every fucking he's 50, nigga. Like, get your shit together. Yeah. If that's your profession, get your shit together, fam. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all. My
autocorrect called him. When I typed his name, when I messaged you that day, my autocorrect typed in Faison Love Handles. I thought that was funny. I left it.
No, it didn't. Did it really?
Because I do swipe and type, and it just said, I put Faison and I typed the love, and the shit went Love Handles. I just left that shit there. I thought it was funny as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was on Pierre. Shout out to comedy again. We talked about Comedy Hype a couple times. They have put a platform together, Black owned, that highlights Black comedians. Like Pierre Capone. Capone is funny. Pierre is still funny.
Capone's a legend, man.
Yeah, okay, you can. That's fine. It's all.
OG. He an OG. You're OG.
Capone, absolutely.
And Pierre's from here, so I'm not going to disrespect him. So I don't. I mean, and he's light skinned. Shout out to my light skinned brother. It's cool, but he
has all the light skinned comedians out there.
I like Pierre.
Yeah, he has a presence that whether he's funny or not, it comes across on screen.
He a mumble mouth though. He a fucking mumble mouth, bro. Pierre be talking. He fucking mumble mouth, bro. He be talking over his own words and shit. Like, dog, slow the fuck down.
My whole thing is if you came from, I mean, us growing up, right? I mean, if you came from Comic View, you came from, the Def Jam comedy, you came from those ranks, you came from those ladders, man. You got a special place, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, anyways, you got a special place in the comedian world because we came up looking at those guys, and I mean, even before that, if we dove a little bit deeper, we had Red Fox, we had Pryor, we had Eddie, we had Paul Mooney. I mean, we had all these guys, before that, we had that set of comedians, and then we had the set that we grew up with. So right. I mean, it's all those guys are just And
it was dope that that Ryan Davis in that Breakfast Club interview highlighted women comedians, because first of all, he's
because funny should just be funny. Funny should just be fucking funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Ron. Like, look,
man,
that stereotype of women aren't funny.
Yeah, man.
That's stupid.
I got real emotional there. I'm sorry.
You did.
But it is what it is, man. Shit.
Yeah.
If you funny and good looking, stop it.
Amy
Just
Schumer
saying.
used to be both. That's the fucked up part.
Huh?
Amy Schumer used to be both. She gained a little bit of weight.
I mean, what do y'all think about?
Well, she was still in jokes, so I think that was more worse than her gaining weight.
The other girl's name, the other
Both,
chick,
both
she lost mad weight. The British, she English girl.
Adele?
British girl. Nah, she was.
Oh, you talking about what's the name? The comedic actor.
Yeah,
she's not a stand-up comedian.
Oh, she's not. Okay, yeah, she's not a stand. You're not right. She's not a comedian.
Come on, Rebel.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson. Yeah, Rebel Wilson. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. She what?
She Australian. I don't know if I said that.
That's right, Australian.
She's an Aussie.
She's an Aussie.
She's funny.
She's funny, man.
And that's another thing that Ryan Davis in that interview highlighted, that you don't have to like, the stand-up is not the only place you're funny at. That's why he had Adam Sandler in his top 4, his Rushmore. And that made a lot of sense to me.
You know I love Adam Sandler.
He had Adam Sandler in his Rushmore?
You know I love Adam Sandler.
Wow.
Which made a lot of sense to me because you know, like early on, I don't know about his later stuff. I'm not as big a fan of Adam Sandler as T is, but
I got to see him live, man.
I like Lil Nicky. Like, even the shit that's super stupid. Like, Lil Nicky is super stupid, but it's funny to me. Like, Happy Gilmore is funny as fuck. Like, there's joints that's funny as hell. Even
you can't take the thing to take one out, to take the one out guy or whatever. You know, when you do that, you can't take Adam Sandler out of any place.
It is what it is. The whole 90s and mid 2000s, he was integral to comedic movies. So,
Saturday Night Live.
Somebody told me I had to choose between Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell, and they looked at me crazy because I chose Adam Sandler, and I love Will Ferrell.
I might have picked Will Ferrell.
I can't go. Yeah,
honestly,
I love Will Ferrell. I'm not mad at Listen, I love Will Ferrell, but if I take away Adam Sandler, I'm taking away more from the art, the
genre, the art.
Yeah, I'm taking away more than I'm taking away. Like a lot of think about it. Will Ferrell, for the first half of his career, I guess, he was like a cameo. He was a scene stealer. Adam Sandler out the gate from Saturday Night Live was starring in his own movies. Like, Adam Sandler, in his way, paved the way for Will Ferrell.
That's facts. Okay, yeah, that's facts.
And I mean, Mike Myers before him, but Adam Sandler like paved the way, and he has.
I can't even.
If you
argue that,
you'll take Will Ferrell over Adam, right?
I might.
List me your top. No order. List me your 10 Will Ferrell movies.
Anchorman,
10,
Stepbrother, Talladega Nights.
You will stop at 3.
You said top 5? My bad.
I said give me 10. Not in order. Just give me 10.
10.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do 10. I can't do 10 out of Sandler movies, bro. My brother.
I can.
You can. I don't like them that much.
All right. So as a Will Ferrell fan, I can list off Will Ferrell movies. Step Brothers, Anchorman, Blaze of Glory, Anchorman 2. I don't know if you count him as.
That shouldn't be.
I don't know. I'm just listing 10 movies. I don't know if you want to count Get Hard, pause. Even though that was more Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell.
Kevin Hart, real cool.
It depends on. I'm saying. Stranger Than Fiction.
Yes,
that's a great movie. I love that movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
What's the basketball movie?
Fuck.
Semi-pro.
He just like a year ago did some straight to Netflix movie where he's a fucking figure skater or some shit like that, or a dancer. He has
Oh yeah.
It was a fucking bomb, but it was his movie. He doesn't. My whole point. Elf, okay. Elf. Daddy's home.
The other guys.
Daddy's home too. Other guys, okay. Now Adam. Now when I do Adam Sandler, off rip, I'm gonna say Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, 51st Dates, The Wedding Singer.
Funny.
That's
a classic. Like
these are classic. Did I say Big Daddy?
You guys are both pause. I don't know if you're still
one of my favorites.
Pause.
I'm gonna keep talking. Both of those are my favorites.
Did I say Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Click. It was like just go with it. Another good one.
Everything.
That was a Will Ferrell movie.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah. It was a good movie though. It was a good movie. My whole point is like Adam Sandler had
the thing with Sandler is Sandler has the mind to go, behind the camera and be in front of the camera as well. So I mean that's the cheat code, if you, or the Achilles heel that he has, that Will.
Yeah, Adam McKay was really big in Will Ferrell's career.
I mean, you even look at his the Netflix run that he had. He had some hits, he had some misses, but it's still the creativity that he was able to have.
To me, the only miss was the Halloween one. His Halloween movie was a miss.
Honestly, I haven't watched any of the Netflix stuff he's done.
Murder Mystery was good.
Grown Ups is a dope movie. The first one. We went to see that.
I love Grown Ups.
Yeah,
but I didn't count Grown Ups because it was ensemble. It was two ensembles, so I didn't count that one.
But that was his ensemble.
I agree, but
that's his team.
For sake of argument, I didn't put it on there. That's what I'm saying. Because people could easily, because I didn't want to list it, and then people could easily say, "Oh, it was only funny because that person or this person or this person."
But that's his. Those are his plastic cup boys.
Let me get back to Adam Sandler. Mr. Deeds, Anger Management. Like, these are all slaps.
Funny.
That's another good one with Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
These are all slaps.
Anger Management is funny too.
So I think what happens is,
I don't know if I'm breaking up or y'all breaking up.
It's you.
We're all breaking up.
It's you, Brian. I'm looking at your bars. So my whole point is I got that question, and it wasn't that I wanted. I hate pitting greats together, so I'm never going. I don't have to choose between Will and Adam, so I get them both. We get them both.
It's tough.
We get them both.
Yeah. But you gotta lean a little bit. You gotta lean a little bit more on Adam. You gotta lean a little bit on Adam.
Well, I'm gonna see what it is for Will, and why I have a big love for Will is because I used to be telling people about Will Ferrell before he blew up. Because I watch SNL, and I know a lot of my black friends don't watch SNL. So I'm like, yo, this dude Will Ferrell is hilarious.
He was
to me, he's my all-time favorite SNL cast member. Number 2 is Kenan Thompson, but Will Ferrell's my number 1 all-time cast member.
Will Ferrell's number 1. Okay.
Yes. Well, I have both of his best of from Saturday Night Live on DVD.
Saturday Night Live best of, yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
Will Ferrell is hilarious, but Will Ferrell blew up because he was stealing scenes. Remember when my man was Mustafa? And when he played Mustafa,
he stole
it. Like, you was walking away saying, I think I can walk.
When he was Robert Goulet with the Rockefeller boys in the car.
When the Bama played Jesus on fucking he played Jesus.
I remember that one too. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna tell you another.
Alex Trebek was fired too.
The cheerleader, the Alex Trebek, he killed.
G.W. Bush too, man.
That's SNL. I'm talking about his. I'm talking about the movies. He was Jesus on what's the movie Superstar with Molly Shannon. Yeah, he was the boyfriend and he was Jesus. He was hilarious. There's a movie called The Good, starring Jeremy Piven. I love that movie by
Good
Jeremy
movie.
Piven.
Very good movie. Very
Will Ferrell is in that. He was a partner. Something. He died.
It was what was his name? Porky? No, not no. We don't talk about something.
Is it McDermott or McDougal?
No.
We don't talk about McDermott.
We don't talk about.
I think it was McDermott.
Was it McDermott? Oh God! And then he
had
the choir in the background.
My God, Brian. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. Oh, so listen. So if y'all never seen The Good,
The Goods is fucking hilarious.
The Goods is funny.
If you've never seen The Goods, the scene that Will Ferrell is in, it's a funny movie all together. But this scene, when they show how he died, and the man was slapping dildos. Get away from me!
Yo. Oh my God.
Well, listen. If you ask me who I think is funnier between Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler, I'm going to say Will Ferrell hands down. But if I had to sacrifice one's material, I'm gonna sacrifice Will's for Adams because Adams giving me more. But Will is definitely funnier.
I respect it.
And he keeps a straight face. How do you do this?
You can't argue. Yeah, you really can't argue that.
I don't think you can argue that.
You really can't. No, you really can't, man. You really can't.
I probably take Will Ferrell over Adam Sandler because I'm
saying, and I'm agreeing with him, and I'm more of a. I would say I'm more of a Will Ferrell fan than Adam Sandler. But you can't, like I said, you can't. Body of work. You can't take Adam Sandler out of this shit.
It's hard to say, yo.
It's hard to take Adam Sandler's work.
90s.
You know another motherfucker who don't get who don't get. I'm not saying people shit on him because I think, and the only reason I'm defensive of Adam Sandler because I feel like social media has made him like his material a punching bag, which is crazy to me. But
a little bit.
Ben Stiller doesn't get enough credit.
Absolutely not.
Stiller doesn't get enough credit either. Yeah, you're right.
No, you're right.
He does not get enough credit.
Yeah, it's true.
And shout out to Mr. Costanza, his father,
his dad,
Jerry Stiller.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Stiller was a legend too. So yeah.
Yo, when he had Jerry Stiller, when he had him in The Heartbreak Kid, when a girl or your wife or her honeymoon tell you to cocker, you cocker good, god damn it. Yo, laughing hearing that shit.
Yo, his delivery, Jerry Stiller's delivery was second to none, man. Second to none. Second to none.
He had him in
when he played Frank Costanza on Seinfeld. He was second to none, man.
Ben Stiller is like he's been putting in the work for a long time, and people just don't. Yeah, Ben Stiller's people sleep on him. Like, yo, I'm Ben Stiller come out with a comedy tomorrow. I'm going to check it out.
You going to check it out? I'm going to check it out. Yeah. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, no question.
I mean, he's done some. They've all done like the kooky shit, like Mystery Men was not. You know what I'm saying? But then he comes back and reinvents, and then he. Go ahead. What were you saying, Brian?
No, I sparked this off because of Ryan Davis, and I remembered what he said about Coming to America.
What did he say?
The sequel, and he was like, "Oh, Coming to America." I think Envy said Coming to America wasn't funny. Maybe Charlamagne did it. He said, "Who wrote Coming to America?" So I don't know, but I know. And so Charlamagne said, "I don't know."
Ryan Davis said this.
Yeah, Ryan Davis said it. I say, "I know who wrote it."
Who wrote it?
There's three people. There's two. There's probably two white dudes, but the other guy was Kenya Barris, the creator of Black.
The creator of what?
You went there with it.
Blackish?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, Kenya Barris,
whatever the other shows are.
The dude that got the TV show on. He had the show on Netflix, right?
Yeah, Black as fuck.
Yeah, Black as fuck.
I watched like a half an episode, and I was like, I'm good.
He's a bad actor.
Really?
You know what? I watched more than one episode, so I can make it a little bit more of a critique.
I saw the whole series. I thought it was.
I think he thinks he's more. I think he thinks he's funnier than he is. That's what it is. And I think he's trying to make a commentary on black, like, opulence or black excellence or whatever in Hollywood that nobody can.
Saw a lot of that. You saw a lot of that reference in that show
that we can't really relate to. It's just okay. I get it. I get the idea, but you're not really the one to do that.
Let me dial in on that real quick.
It was dope though.
So you pointed out. So he pointed out that the Kenyon Burris and two white dudes wrote "Coming to America" Part 2.
No, he said I know. He didn't say shit else. So I had to look it up.
But if I recall, it wasn't. It was white dudes that wrote "Coming to America" the original though.
The screenplay, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean,
so I think what it probably was is that Eddie Murphy probably wrote the movie.
Yeah.
And like writing a screenplay and writing a movie are two different things. I like Ice Cube he wrote Friday, but he didn't write that screenplay.
No.
Like he's not saying zoom in the hero.
He wrote the treatment.
Like so like there's a science to writing movies. There's a science to writing movies. So like Eddie Murphy probably wrote the jokes. He was in on every scene. He was one of the characters, whether he was in makeup or not. So it's a difference. There's a little bit of a difference. I mean, and
wait, did you guys? Okay, so did y'all ever? I'm pretty sure y'all touched on this topic before, but did y'all like Coming to America? Did y'all like it?
I did.
I
liked it for what it was.
Yeah, I liked it for it as being it felt like a family reunion.
So you didn't compare. You didn't do that. You said I'm not comparing it to the.
Because I already knew it was. I already knew it was to be that.
Yeah, that's what we said before we watched it. Like when I watch this, I'm not going to watch this to compare it because it's impossible. It's impossible to compare one of the funniest movies of all time in a lot of people's eyes, or on that list of funny movies, whether it's Coming to America or any other all-time funny movie, and compare it. Especially when you're talking about comedy, like all the others, like any other genre, you can compare because there's a it's the funny part that funny is a different thing. That's why if you funny, they're always saying either you funny or you ain't.
Right.
Either you funny or you ain't. And sometimes people who were funny, sometimes they're not funny anymore because maybe it's that moment in time. You ever met you ever been a friend who you wouldn't consider that funny, and then one day they say some shit and you find yourself laughing harder than you ever laughed?
You don't forget that shit for 15, 20 years.
And now it's part of that is because damn, you ain't never said nothing funny. You just fucked me up. Now some people are one-offs. Some people find their.
I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the Philly days. B. You said the funniest shit. We were going to go. Listen, I'm a big dude, right? I'm a big dude. We go play basketball. So we stop in a corner. You don't remember this. We go to a corner store, right? This nigga came out of left field. We're grabbing Gatorades and everything. This nigga B said, I don't think they got any diet water. I fell the fuck out. I will never forget that joke in my life. This nigga said diet water. The funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Oh, now you remember that, B? Do you remember that now?
I don't.
Just thinking about it.
We went to the court a few times. I don't remember.
This nigga said we don't have any diet water.
Now see, being as though we come from an area where niggas crack jokes all the time.
This is 20 years ago.
I wouldn't rate him high on the originality because we've heard that before. Like it's in movies, but timing is everything. The
water.
I don't remember saying it.
Genius. Genius. I don't give a fuck. Genius. It was genius.
And tripping when Dion Richmond's character. No, not Dion Richmond. Guy Torrey, when he was cracking jokes back and forth between Anthony Anderson, and he told him, "Fuck, he needed some free water." I was like, "Yo, that's a lane right there."
Oh, so wait, wait, what was that from?
I
watched stripping when I was after I came back home. So that's funny.
I'm not saying Brian got. I didn't say Brian got it from. I'm just saying like it's all about the timing. Like you can hear jokes on water all the time, so it sounds like Brian definitely delivered with the timing on it.
Yo, let me tell you something. I got 5. Listen, those Philly days deserve a 5 season on Netflix. If not 5, at least 3. At least 3 seasons on Netflix.
Nigga, y'all was only in school for 2.
And we were only in school for 2, but we can stretch that shit out for 3 seasons.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Classic. Yo, there was so many. Yo, there was so many moments. Fucking classic.
We got out of 2.5 years, maybe. Like Chris left like a year and a half after that. Like it didn't even it didn't last. But it feel like that because it felt like we were doing stuff.
Classic shit, man.
Every day, and just having fun every day, and just whatever it was. The school was secondary. We were just like. We come back home and then, it's 9/11 that happened and all that wild shit. Like you left almost maybe 6-7 months after that, maybe a quarter after that, something like that. But like for a year and a half, man, that was a like very pivotal moment in like life and shit. Like that was we had fun, we laughed, we were overnight. They were playing Philippine. I don't know if you were there when we played the Filipinos, and they was giving me MVPs and shit for playing the Filipinos in basketball. I'm just telling you. T doesn't believe me. I used to play basketball okay. I was okay in basketball sometimes.
Brian, why you keep saying that?
You don't believe me, so I don't.
I've never said I don't believe you.
I'm just saying. He doesn't believe me when I said I was okay in basketball sometimes. And we
I've never contested that, Brian. At like 1 o'clock in the morning and shit. Like I don't think Ron was there. I don't think he was there.
I wasn't there for that.
I think Chris was there. But anyway,
you talking about Lee, right?
Jamal was out there. Like Maul was out there. Like we was out there with the Brooklyn niggas. You know what I mean?
Gab the God.
Yeah, Gab was out there. Like we was out there like playing fucking Filipinos at 2 o'clock in the morning and shit.
Oh wow, yeah, I would have remembered that.
Wow. Lee was out there. Lee was
there, man. Shout out to Lee, man.
Shout out to Lee.
Mach 5, man.
Kids and shit. Like that's really crazy. Lee almost got my man kicked out of the fucking building. Wait, let's talk about this story. So we in a like it's a 3-bedroom apartment. There's 6 niggas in this fucking apartment, right? Ron gets the idea, is like, I need a mural over my bed. Right, so I need a mural over my bed, and my nigga Lee is a graph writer, like he's a graffiti writer, right?
He's one of the illest taggers I've ever seen.
This nigga in Nebraska, like he was nice, from Queens, from the rich. He's a hip hop head, like is a Filipino hip hop head, right? And he was nice as shit. And I got he had all the cans. So I'm like, yo, I'm in here.
He a Flushing Queens boy.
Yeah, Flushing Queens. To the core. So Ron said, "Yo, I need a mural over my fucking bed." And this nigga, he does a mural over his bed. He did it for like 6 hours or 7 hours.
Yeah, he was there.
Right? What spray paint? I mean,
yeah, spray paint, nigga.
Yeah, he was fucking people up in that joint.
Nigga, nobody was in there for real. Like they was. Okay. He had the mask on. He's a professional.
He was all the way. Yeah.
Lee's a professional. I see, and was back in the day. This is all like statute of limitations.
Lee used to work for Mesquite.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Mesquite. Yeah. The fake DC. Yeah. Yeah, facts. I'm not saying nothing not real. Okay. I'm not saying nothing real.
I'm not a biter. I'm a writer for myself and others.
Hey, look. The original was down here. I'm just gonna say what it was.
Aja Amani was the original. King was the facsimile. Even though there was some DC niggas involved, or not DC area people involved, it was the facsimile. Anyway, so he
he does his thing after 4, 5, 6 hours, and a resident assistant comes up, sees the shit. They get the police involved.
They got the cops involved.
They get the police. The police came up to our room and said, "Yo, who did this?" And Ron
they try to tie it, because they try to tie it to something else that was going on.
They have a whole graffiti department.
Yeah, they try to tie it to something else.
Street vandalism department in Philadelphia. And so the street art department detective came up and said, "Yo, who did this? We want to know his street name. We want to know his art name, whatever, graph name."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because we seen shit like this, similar to this, and da. And my nigga Ron, this is the first time he stood up 10 toes. This is the first time he stood up. We can talk about the second time he stood up 10 toes. This nigga said, "Yo, I don't know who the fuck did this shit. I don't know why you asking me. You know what I mean? And y'all can, I don't know. Yeah, so whatever you got to do to me,
yeah,
what it is.
It had nothing to do with it.
I don't know who it was. And Ron, at the time, Lee was one of our best people, but he didn't live in there's 4 of us. It's me, Ron, Chris, and Pretty Boy. And Gab was on the outside, but it was like, he was cool, Gabs, but whatever. But you know what I mean? So it was like Ron lived 2 floors down. You didn't have to, if he didn't say his name, nobody got involved. All they said was, "Yo, we're gonna bring the paint up. Y'all paint this shit over." And we ended up painting the shit over.
Oh, that's whack.
And looking back at that, man, I wish I had a like a sheet or a canvas,
right?
Or something for him to do. Because it was like I would, man. Man, it was so ill.
But the thing that I took out of it was like, yo, my nigga just stood up. He said shit about my mans. Nah. He didn't say shit. And I was like, yo, this nigga is real live about that. Like, I was like, yo, he could have snitched for real, because he could have got kicked out that night. That was the that was the day that he could have got. I have a couple of days where I could have got kicked out. He got kicked out. He could have got kicked out that night.
Brian, you almost got kicked out.
Pack my shit up.
We're gonna have Chris on this. We can have Chris on this joint, and I can tell you about the time I almost got kicked out, because I got suspended. I got probation, whatever.
That's
you a giant art, baby.
Yeah. There was another day. There was the other day. I'm just gonna say this because we're in the Philadelphia Times. So we're on the corner. It's Philly. It's Greek week. It's Philly Greek week, and if you know about Philly Greek back in those days, it's like Freaknik. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like Philly, it's Freaknik in Philly. So every nigga in Philly, don't matter if you're Greek in the Divine Nine or whatever you want to talk about, you was out there. Mm. We in the middle of the city. So we in Center City, right across from City Hall. City Hall, yeah. Chilling. We live there. And we're chilling out. All the black folk that live in that building, we're out here just chilling. You know what I mean? Just soaking in the blackness of what was happening.
Yeah, the blackness.
And yeah. Actually, it was at the end of the night. It wasn't nothing popping on our side, right? For real. But we were outside.
Yeah, because the city was closed. I mean, the downtown.
Yeah, it was closed. They walked their horses up, and they're trying to close the South Street down. And there's a group of police, and said, "Yo, y'all gotta go inside."
They was on their bicycle.
Oh, disperse. Like, yo, fam, and so there's a group of 30. It's as little as black people that was in that school. There's a group of 30 or 40 black people outside. Yeah, you know, so fam, we live here. Fuck y'all. Yeah. Pigs this, pigs that, pigs this, pig that. These Bammers left, the police, and we stood out there. We was chilling. And shit, they left. They say okay, guys, you guys said get out. We're leaving. Yo, 15 minutes later, them bombers came up with they bikes and they fucking paddy wagons.
Uh-huh.
Said,
I knew. I knew where the story was going. Because I know how they go.
So the building that we lived in has a turnstile with a security guard to get to the motherfucking elevators. Nigga, when I say 15 to 20 of us were still out there, we ran to the fucking inside of that junk. Closed the doors, closed the glass doors, and jumped over the turnstiles. You're supposed to badge in. Jumped over the turnstiles. These bammers cracked the glass doors, cracked the outside glass doors with their bikes. By the time then, we all was in the elevator. They grabbed my man Ant. Salute to Ant to this day. And, and a couple other people. They grabbed a couple other people. And we got up onto the 4th floor. We just picked the floor to try to get upstairs. So they couldn't get us. We get on the 4th floor. It's me, my brother, is Will. Will's out there.
Yeah, Will was there.
Maybe even Ant's brother was out there. There's a couple other people. And niggas was like, yo, we gotta chill, you know what I mean? We're just gonna sit up right here. We're gonna chill right here. Because they wilding out there. This nigga Ron said, man, fuck that. We gonna back down fucking stairs. And he wasn't even the one that said, he wasn't even shitting on the cops when they was outside. He wasn't one of those. He was like, yo, fam, they got our mans. We gotta go back fucking downstairs. I was like, nigga, what the fuck? I said, Rob, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you gonna do? They got this nigga in a paddy wagon chilling. What the fuck are we doing out there? What are we gonna do out there, Ram? Said, nah. We going downstairs. So we go downstairs. This nigga Ron said, yo, we going downstairs. We go downstairs. We had to wait a whole 45 minutes. They let my mans out because of some other shit that he had going on. But I was like, that was the second time. I was like, yo, fam, this nigga Ron is real. He's about his people for real. Like, I was like, so I wasn't saying no fuck. I wasn't saying fuck Ant, but I was like,
you did though. You did though. That's your man, but fuck that nigga.
Yeah, I was like, yo, son, what we gonna? We gonna bust him out the pack? We gonna bust him out that bitch? Like, yo, fam, that's not gonna. I was serious as fuck though. He got us all. He kind of got us shook because he was like, "Yo, fam, these niggas got our mans. They got our mans." I was like, "You right? They got our mans." So we had to go downstairs, and he wasn't even the main.
This nigga Ron got on some bishop shit. Nigga turning the bishop on y'all.
Bishop, no.
That shit was crazy. I said, "Yo, fam, but they grabbed Ant though. The funny shit is he's in the elevator.
They really
like, push the close button. They threw their fucking bodies into the fucking elevator and grabbed whoever was in the front. So Ant was one of the niggas in the front, and some other dude. Ant maybe one of the ones that was shitting on the cops during that time. But this other nigga named Raheem, shout out to Ra. What's the main dude talking about pigs in the blanket? Da. Yo, fam, we wasn't even the main niggas talking shit about y'all.
You got ghosts on y'all ass though.
They got this nigga, and I was like, yo, fam, and they got this other like miscellaneous nigga. Yo, he wasn't even talking shit. They were just outside. We just outside.
Yeah, because we didn't know everybody that was outside. I mean,
we didn't know everybody was outside. I eventually knew. I came to know one of the main dudes, Raheem, who's from here. And shout out to him. But yeah, like, nigga, that was the one that was like, that was the other time I was like, yo, Ron is for that. You can't not have a nigga around that doesn't like want to, you know what I mean? It's not gonna come down for you from and try to holler, you trying to get you out the paddy wagon.
Yo, there was so many times. I mean, even with me and Chris, we were walking one night and we thought we were literally going to get jumped. Like we thought we were done. Like,
oh, I missed that one.
We thought we were done. We were coming to the club.
I bet you did.
We thought we were done. So me and Chris look at each other like, let's go. Hey. Me and Chris stood there like, what's up? What's going on? Nothing happened, but it just felt like some shit was gonna go down because there was like 6-7 niggas coming towards us like on some old like they was coming, you know.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell you a story. So I came back to Philly. That was after I graduated, but Lee was still there. So I came up to see Lee. Yo, son, it was Halloween. It's Halloween. So I came
You want to get a boy for trick-or-treating on the weekend?
That nigga was 22 years old. We in the middle of the city. Anybody trick-or-treat? Shut the fuck up. So yeah, so he has a
Ghetto boys. Mind playing tricks on me. Me and ghetto boys are trick or treat. And anyways, go ahead, Brian.
There was no minds playing trick anymore. So I think I actually hit you while I was down there, right? I was back up top. I was like, yo, we back up top. You know what I mean? Whatever. I hit Ron. And one night, we in the alleyway for whatever reason. And this nigga, Lee's boy has some beef with some other dude. So they get the rocking. They get the fist fight, and he's getting this shit. He's getting this shit.
Brian saw that from the balcony because he ain't coming downstairs.
He's getting his face tenderized, right? So I'm like, young, that's not my man's, but Lee's my man's, and Lee's looking at this like we need to jump in this shit. So but yo, when I'm thinking about, like, when we talking about it, one of the girls we was with goes up to kick the nigga. I was like, okay, but at the same time, a car for whatever reason came through the alleyway and starts trying to get involved. So they open the door and kick the girl. So we have to go. We're trying to jump in, try to find. We stop the car and shit. Like, not we, but some of the other people. Because I'm sitting here. I'm amazed by what the fuck is happening. I'm like, yo, fam, my man is getting fucked up, and y'all like, what the fuck? So anyway, nigga, I'm like, yo, fam, I'm never coming back down here on Halloween ever in life. So I called you like maybe like a couple days after that. I'm like, yo, Ron, yo, fam, like.
I'm trying to think if I remember.
Yo, no, you wasn't there. That was a year after I left, and that was a year before. That was after you left, a year before I graduated. So that was ways after.
I was way after.
Lee was still there. So I was like, yeah, I came to see Lee. We was in the alley, like, and I kicked the door, like, cause Shorty got kicked from the door. I tried to keep the door open so we can, you know what I mean, figure out what the fuck was going on with the people in the car.
Mm.
And so the car almost slammed on my leg. And shit, like, it was a crazy ass fucking time in the alley. We was with white dudes. I'm like, oh, fam. It was wild. I was like, yo, I can't be out here. These niggas is fighting in the fucking street.
Nah, that ain't what it is. I can't be out here hanging around with niggas getting knocked out. I ain't hanging around with niggas getting knocked out.
Yo, he was getting keeped up. I can't lie, dog. He was getting.
Hey, listen.
His hands were slow as shit.
Hey, listen.
His hands were slow as shit, bro. And I was like, yo, fam, yo, dog. But that was my man. He was cool. But that was Lee's man. So that was his. So I mean,
Hey, he guilty by association.
I didn't know what the fuck to do because that was his man's. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, I'm not jumping in no one-on-one fight, yo.
Oh, if it was up in New York,
I'll break up a fight, but I ain't.
Like, bro,
I'm not jumping in no one-on-one fight. I break it up. Hey,
I never
whoa.
You gonna let them two scrap it out? Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what that was. So I was like, yo, Lee, if you wanted to jump the nigga, you probably could have done that yourself. you and your man Jerry could have fought them bounds, but we got upstairs and they was all upset. I'm like, I mean, you just got pieced up. It was a one-on-one.
I'd have been packing my bags in my mind on the way back up to the joint. Like, I gotta go get in there. Make sure I don't forget my toothbrush. I be forgetting my toothbrush in places. I just bought that new soap. I'm taking that with me because fuck that. I
don't even know where I stayed at.
I'd have been wrapping that shit up in my head. Wrap that shit up, B.
I was staying with
they might come back for that nigga and beat him up some more. I don't want to be here with nigga up out of here, yo.
Big bro was still up there, so I stayed up with them. But I was there for the night. I'm laying here and like, man, these niggas like niggas were still drunk as shit, like mad, trying to fight each other. I'm like, dog, like, yeah. I mean, he got pieced up. It is what it is. You lose some, you win some. You know what I mean? So,
no, ain't you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you lose some really bad. Like I've lost a fight. I've lost a fight. I didn't lose it badly, but I lost it.
You remember Germ though, right, Ron? You remember Germ? Yeah. He got pieced up in that alley. He got pieced.
Oh, that was. Oh no.
He got.
Oh no.
Yo, German's the dude that introduced me, at least, to dead ass serious. All right, when niggas say dead ass, that's the first person I heard say dead ass. It's in 2001. Like, dead ass? Yeah, dead ass. Dead ass serious. Yeah, he was the first person that introduced me to that. But yeah, man, he got pieced up that, and it's not he he put his dukes up. He he did his thing. I'm not trying to shit on him, but he.
So he did square up. He
squared up. No. He wasn't scared of nobody. He wasn't.
He just
damage shit. Like he wanted that one-on-one, and he got it, and just so happened, it was. You know what I mean? It was what it was. But yo,
I think it's pretty safe to say that we all have 5 seasons. We can all make a 5-season series.
Yo, fam, did we write some shit? We wrote some shit down that I probably still have in one of these notebooks. I still have all my old notebooks, so I definitely have some topics that we could probably like flesh out.
We definitely can make a
man,
series.
like we talking about Philly, man. I can't like avoid talking about my New Jersey family or our New Jersey family. And shout out to the cook up. Our man Bobby lost his mom's this month. And it's a hard thing to lose any family member, but like to lose your parents is I don't know. I haven't gone through it, so I can't really even call it. But I can't imagine. So I want to send our condolences to him and his family.
Yeah, man.
Right now, like, and a rest in peace to Ant's mom's. Ant's mom's passed a few years ago, and he was honoring her memory a couple days ago. With a post and it's just rest in peace to them as and shout out to Jersey, and my life would not be what it is without them. So I just want to like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby.
Our condolences.
Our condolences, our prayers and thoughts are with you and you guys family. And shout out to everybody we met out there, man. I love y'all. Y'all family to me. Sure, I'm gonna speak for Ron right there. When I say that, and 1511 for life, and
for sure.
And man, I love y'all, man. And can't imagine it, but we're with you in
Yeah, man. We can't wait to get you back on the show, bro. I personally can't wait because I want to sit back and just watch you fools act like I ain't got no sense for an hour. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking forward to.
That
I'm looking forward to it. Ron, I don't know if you've looked at our back catalog, so I'm a tag you in on it. When we interviewed Bobby.
Yeah, that was the night. I think that was the night. I was supposed to be on there too with you guys.
This was I don't know. No, we interviewed him.
We had Bobby on it like 3 times, so that was the first time.
Yeah, the first time he was on the show, it was we interviewed him because he was, you know what I'm saying, black. You know what I'm saying, black man got his own radio station, and he was a battle rapper, and we talked about that, and he had a good story. He has one of our good stories. Like we have a couple good stories.
I gotta tag me in that. I gotta watch that. Bobby.
You watch? Are you in a battle rap?
Nah, I mean not recently, but back in the day it was, but not a recent, not of.
He told a story when he battled Disaster. If you know who that is.
Okay, I don't. I'm listening. Yeah. I'm totally out of that loop. But Bobby to me, golly. Bobby to me was just like he was our Biggie, our pun. Like he's that guy for us. Like he would. Yeah. I mean, I had a beat machine, and I would just play beats throughout the whole night, and Bobby was just insane, man. Bobby was insane, and I respect his lyricism, man. He's one of the.
He said Disaster made him retire. he said he made him retire. He made him retire. Nah, but wow. Bobby's funny. So it was a good.
Was that recorded? Was that like? Oh, you can watch that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll send you the link on that one. Yeah, it's actually, I think a clip of it is on our Instagram page. You just got to scroll back a little bit. We used to have a lot of clips. Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, I think so everybody that so normally our format is when we introduce people to the family, we interview them. Like that was like I wanted the people, because I don't want people just randomly being on a show and be a part of the show, and our audience, however big or small it is, not have a understanding of why that person is significant to us.
We definitely gotta do that for here. We definitely gotta do like the 8-question, 15, 20-minute thing like we did with us and Tony. We gotta do it that with Ron.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I decided that I gave Rail and Tony they got titles as far as the show, and we interviewed them, and we interviewed Bobby, we interviewed Felix. Mm-hmm. One of my stand-up comedian friends, a former schoolmate of ours. I'm not sure if Brian had a class with him or not, probably not. But one of our stand-up comedian friends, Dwayne Watts, is supposed to be on the show at some point. We haven't made it happen. I'm watching him run around do his thing. We had another DC comic, Damo Hicks, on the show. That was one of my favorite ones. Man, that was a good show.
That was a good show.
That was a good. Hey, Damo was that.
I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't think I like him or whatever, but he's a funny nigga, and all respect, dude.
I wouldn't say that he don't think you like him at all, but I mean, I think that was just that y'all just had an interesting dynamic when y'all would run into each other at Toye's parties. Is what it was.
And Toye has a boyfriend and all that show, so I don't know.
Nah, it was good. We had Ralphie on. That was a good episode.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, I've been trying to set. Like I've been trying to set that. Like I feel like the ones we were really trying to set up for a long time, they were what we thought it was going to be. I knew that was going to be a really good episode. Ralphie landed. Like you had been trying to get Ron on the show for a while. Obviously, it's been successful because you're a contributor now, Ron. I told you once you're not a guest anymore. You're part of the family.
I kind of feel like Capadonna on Wu-Tang. He's there. He's a Wu affiliate. So I feel like Capadonna. I'm like the Capadonna of the show.
I feel. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I just feel like we're just trying to we're just trying to create content and under the umbrella that we're like trying to move with. Everybody has something that can actually contribute. So we're just gonna have people familiarize themselves with us in a way where Ron's gonna be somebody that we have something's gonna happen. That we branch off and it make it work. Like all first like Felix is a dynamo battle rap, and so is fucking Tony. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. I actually want to be on more of those episodes, but
more than I've seen Felix on other episodes, man. He got content. He definitely got content.
First of all, he's a great dude to speak to. Just he's smart and just has an opinion, and he doesn't back off his opinion. So it's great. It makes for great content. You know what I mean? And we appreciate Felix on the show, and
that's why I love that. That's why I love that guy, man.
Yeah,
I knew what I was getting when I first asked Felix to come on. I knew what I was getting, and he's been gold. Felix is money, and I remember when I first met that young man, I knew Felix was going to be money. I didn't know what he was going to be doing, but I just knew he was going to be money.
Yeah, I mean,
and
we was on Mad Hat. We was at Mad Hatter. And that was the first time I met him. And you had already, you introducing me to him, and it was chopping up. He was, yeah, man. It's all love, bro. And we got more people that come on that hasn't come on yet. But
Felix is one of those guys. I'm a Flowers guy. Felix is one of those guys, one of those people. It's like you can have 100 friends, genuine friends, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not for everybody, Mm-hmm. Felix is one of those friends where it's like, if he's like, you're lucky to have him as a friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we all want to feel like we're that friend. Like, I know that I'm not that, like at my core, I should be that friend of you, but I'm an asshole too much sometimes. Sometimes I don't let people just, have it. So I'm difficult. I'm difficult to like sometimes. So I'm not that person. Felix is just a friend that you're lucky because he wants you, like, he genuinely wants you to win. He wants to put you in a position to win, and you see it, you feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Without any, like, he's not going to be an asshole and like, yo, you supposed to do that. Like, he gives you the opportunity. He's just that guy. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, randomly, Felix would just hit you up like, hey, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I want you in this. Like, he has a lane for you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If he knows you, it's just a good dude. I feel like, be honest with you, from my little interaction, I feel like that's what you are, Ron. I feel like you are that type of person. But Brian is Ron a dick or not? Is he a dick?
Brian,
is he a motherfucker?
No. Ron, it's funny you say that. Like, you are the asshole of my friend group.
Thank you.
You're my best friend as well. But like, Ron is just a genuine guy, and I think God's blessed me with this, surround myself with a lot of genuine people. Whether how they feel about the world outlook, they just understand themselves and express it. And Ron does that, you know what I mean? And Ron is a real dude. Like, talking about the stand-up type of dudes, like, I'm glad my little brother's like that type of guy. You know what I mean? Aaron's like that type of guy, and Big Bro, he doesn't cut no corners. He says his opinion. He's that type of guy.
Aaron has to be that type of guy, though.
Yeah, he's cut differently than us, and he has to be what he is. and I respect it. You know what I mean? But it could, like, I've always been able to that's gravitated towards me, and I respect it. Like Ant's that type of guy, even though we're not as close as we had been, but it doesn't matter. He's still my brother. You know, and everybody he was attached to that I'm still attached to. Bobby included, Brand, Chris down in Florida, and we need to get Chris on too. And he's doing some big things down there, and just yeah, man, like real dude. Like I don't know what you call it. Like I don't know.
I'll put it like this, being and T, like that dorm room, that 1511. You either listen, you either bonded or you didn't.
Niggas got the fuck out, right? Will got the
like niggas left like that room because we didn't like them. Like they felt it, and they legitimately had to like leave the room, like leave the room.
This Puerto Rican kid, shout out to him wherever he's at. Will couldn't take it, and I don't even know what it was because we was cool. He was the uncool one, and you was mad at us, and it was like, how you mad at us? Well, you be the uncool one. You don't want that don't fucking clean and act like fucking. You got fucking sense, bro. Like who? Why are you the uncool? Like why you?
Like the mad real world and shit.
It really was like it was a crazy.
Like the mad real world.
Because
what is it with you people?
Yeah, like
you people. What you mean, you people?
There was moments like that where you were sitting literally like you would get like, it'll get a little racial, it'll get a little right, it would get a little, like females were involved. Like
we did. Yeah, that's facts. Like
I mean, it was
shit that's now like we growing up and Pretty Boy's a Trump supporter. That's the wild shit, bro.
Yeah, Feliciano, yeah, but you kind of saw that. You kind of saw that back in the day, but I like Brian, man. Everybody that stuck around.
I don't have no hate for him, but it's just funny.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah.
I think we all got at least one or two friends that are like outward Trump supporters.
Hands down, we have to.
Especially if you haven't expounded upon like friendships, and you have like if you have moved somewhere or you've actually experienced different circles. Now, if you just got one close ass circle because you haven't experienced anything, then yeah, y'all probably got the same likes and y'all probably keep running over the same fucking hurdles every day. But if you've met people and experienced different type of people, some of those friends and people who you grew with, sometimes you grow apart, you grow different. I had a guy who I went to school with who's a Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's okay because I know him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm right.
Like I said, I don't hate homie. Like that's I just think it's fun. I just find it ironic because he's Puerto Rican. And it's just ironic that he went to Puerto Rico throwing paper towels at people and shit like that. And I found it ironic.
Really?
No, my man Greg went to the military. He's a white dude. Greg, he went to the military, graduated, retired, went to Vegas and lived in Vegas. I will tell you this, that's my man and all. And I didn't unfollow him and unfriend him and all the other weird social media shit when he came out from a truck. But I did tell you this. When that shit happened at the Capitol, I did look closer to make sure I see his ass in the camera. Though I was like, I bet I see Greg's ass out there.
He was that committed. He's that guy.
Nah, no, I'm just saying. I bet not because I'm a stand-up nigga, but I'd have snitched. I'd have tagged it. Hey, listen, I would have. Everybody that I know this is a Trump supporter, I would have tagged their Instagrams in a heart, motherfucking Pete. I would have tagged their shit. Fuck that.
Oh my God, that's real. That's so real.
But can you imagine that? Imagine you casual with your shit and you see that shit happen and you see these motherfuckers like, is that fucking Derek? That's fucking Derek right there. How do you fucking react? You don't say anything, or I'm rolling over on your ass.
Yo, that's crazy. That's real though. That's real though.
Hey, listen, we getting to the end. We had a whole bunch of shit we want to talk about tonight. Yeah, but that's how we go. That's how it be.
Yeah, we need to record more. It is what it is, but yeah, like we can always talk about different shit. Like, and we talk about 30 minutes of relationship shit that we don't usually talk about. But I try to avoid. Like, we try to avoid it.
Was it relationship shit or was it character? We didn't talk about relationships, bro. We talk about characteristics. It was more so character issues.
War type. I think this isn't the war to sexist type podcast because I think that, like I said, you talking about clickbait type shit. I know, and that's easy clickbait type shit, and it just doesn't work for me. For me. I mean, you could probably always get off on those. Like you joke like all day, but I'm gonna take it serious, and it won't come off the same. So it is.
Brian does not like clickbait, and we've said earlier and we didn't. But he is a social media bully though. So Brian, don't let him fool you.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about that.
We're a social media bully. Hey, you know who he got into it with? How the fuck do you get into it with Killer Mike, bruh?
Wow. No, what?
Yeah, I love Killer Mike though.
Like y'all went back and forth?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm at work watching. I'm looking at this shit. And he said, "Hey, nigga, I know, nigga. You're in my inner circle."
Did y'all talk about it on here before?
No.
It just happened like 3 days ago.
We gotta talk about this.
All right, bet. Wow. We gotta talk about this. We're gonna talk about another 10 minutes. I need to get off because it's not now. Celebrate your birthday the whole week, and you know.
He also got into it with somebody else like a week prior to that.
Yeah, some local sports radio talk people that I stirred it up. I did stir it up.
On Twitter?
I added them, and I said, "All right, bet. Let's talk about Killer Mike first." Killer Mike, 2 years ago. Takes some pictures with Kemp. I don't know what I can't remember his first name off the top because I'm drinking wine and it is what it is. But Kemp is the governor that beat Stacey Abrams and kind of cheated, in my opinion.
Okay.
Every white state that has
Oh, he must have froze.
Yes, I'm rambling, but anyway.
No, you froze.
He has a photo op with this nigga, right? So he has a photo op. Killer Mike does, and I've tweeted him before about that. It's like, yo, fam, your platform isn't to be used by white people to gain legitimacy. You know what I mean?
Brian sucker punched this guy. What was it? Listen, what was this post that you commented on?
Okay, so he's getting it. I don't even know what the post he's talking about, but he's talking about blacks. So he said blacks did something, and so it got some traction on social media saying people shouldn't say blacks. Shouldn't say blacks. Like you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like how white people say blacks. The blacks. You know what I mean? He said it in a tweet, which I don't really care about because you get 180 characters. It's hard to say what you like to say. So I don't care about that. What I said was, because he's going back and forth with people about this fucking way he said it, some shit. I don't care about that shit. But I'm saying, like, yo, fam, you probably wouldn't get this fucking backlash if you didn't fucking have photo ops with cheating ass politicians. So don't take pictures with cheating politicians. That's what I said. So he hits me back. Yeah, that's what I said. And then he did though. What the fuck? I'm not saying I'm unreal or fake.
Yeah. No.
The nigga cheated. No. And you're a black man having a fucking photo op and little powwow with a white man that cheated a black woman. Anyway, that's cool, I guess. To who? So he gets me back. I might have to even go back.
He tried to put Brian on. He thought Brian was going. He tried blow man Brian. He's like, yeah. What are you doing?
I do all this shit for black people. What do you do? It's like, nigga, I hire people, nigga.
You peasy head motherfucker. What you do?
Yeah, I put people. We just hired another black man in my fucking building. Yeah. So in my little small corner, I'm not a millionaire like you, nigga, but I fucking put black people in position. That's what I said, right? And he has to hit me back. So okay, shout out to you. He shouts out his nonprofit, which is dope.
He ain't go the route you thought he was gonna go.
Yeah, it didn't.
Because Killer Mike he's a genuine, authentic dude, and Killer Mike, rather than go back and forth in a negative manner, he took the high road and said, let's take this potentially negative conversation and have a positive dialogue.
Well, fam, even with my response, I wasn't negative. Even in my response,
but you was being nasty in your original comment. That was being nasty.
Stop taking pictures with these white motherfuckers. Yeah, stop doing that.
Right, but it's irrelevant to the conversation from that scope, though. Yes or no? You've been holding on this for 2 years. You've been holding on that for 2 years, and
this is
bro. You've been
keep on himself.
I'm not, maybe so, but you've thrown that at him for multiple times, and it's like every time he say something, you did this, and this time it's stuck. And rather than him, I'm saying you gotta respect him for the fact. I'm not saying you don't. I'm talking about in general. I'm not saying you.
Okay.
I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about in general. You gotta respect him because it's like he actually acknowledged it. And then rather than deflect, I mean, did he deflect slightly?
Yeah,
but it's like, you know what? This is what I do. Like you point out that one thing. We gonna recognize this other shit too, and I'm gonna give you respect for the shit that you doing.
Yeah, no, and I respected how he came at me. I respected how he came at me. It wasn't on some. He did say he kind of did go into why he went to see Homeboy, and he said that he kind of indirectly said that he got something out of what he went there to do, which is fine, which is dope. And so I can't my position, even though I still feel I have a good position. Like he's in a different position in Georgia to do what he has to do. So
this guy was this guy tied to the what is it, the NRA? Was he tied
the governor of Georgia right now? He's the governor of Georgia right now. He cheated Stacey Abrams. To me, he cheated Stacey Abrams to get the seat. He's the governor of Georgia. So what he's saying to me was like, he's the governor of Georgia. I got to do what I got to do to advance black people in Georgia. That's what he said to me, basically. And he basically said, yo, I got a couple of concessions, maybe from, I don't know if directly or indirectly from that conversation.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And that's all I said. And in response to him, because he kind of like, because he ended it with, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and like, nigga, I don't do shit for black people. Nigga, what the fuck? I'm not just critiquing black people just for cuz.
Hey, listen, he better than me. This is a fair warning, Brian, and whoever, you know what I'm saying, is a part of us in the future. When we blow up and we got all these subscribers, or even if we don't, and something just goes viral, and people want to, my response to anything is going to be real simple, and I'm gonna say it at the same time. I'm gonna say it the same way every time. Maybe it's gonna be a clip of me saying it. Maybe it's gonna be a meme of me saying it or something. It's gonna say, "Shut your bitch ass up." That's gonna be my response. I don't fuck who it is. And I'm just saying that's just gonna be a response. Like this is why.
And I said that to him, and he liked that comment. So I'll fuck with you, dog. But
yeah, he said that. He said I fuck with you.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell niggas. I'm gonna say shut your bitch ass up. This is why. Because motherfuckers get like internet courage to talk any type of way. And
I say that to a
listen, I get that, Brian. What I'm not about to figure out is who really about they shit and who not, and who just on internet. So to me, everybody get the blanket, shut your bitch ass up. I will on my own terms disseminate who I can engage with after that. But everybody else, maybe their whole thing will be like, yo, I got cheated, so I'm gonna shut my bitch ass up today. Well, it'll come.
Nah, I wouldn't disrespect. First of all, I didn't disrespect Mike. So
no, you didn't. You didn't. You just sucker punched him a little bit. It was a sucker punch.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't respect because I didn't respect that move. That's because I respect Mike that much, and I want to say that. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for the platform that Twitter is for me being able to do that because I respect him that much because I think he's that smart. That I think
you should have said that when you messaged him. You should have said that part though.
That 180 messages. I said I fuck with you, bro. It is what it is. I fuck with you. I do fuck with you, and I still do, and I think he still needed. I like, and what he said and what he said resonated. I'm not going to disrespect. I retweeted what he said.
I agree. And the reason why it stands out to me, and I didn't mention this, I haven't, it just ever reminded me now, is you comment on Killer Mike, something that's factual, and he responded. Talib Kweli, on the other hand, he is the most sensitive. He's one of the most sensitive dudes. Former rap, he's rappers now in this political space. He's sensitive as fuck.
You got into Talib too?
No, not me.
Listen,
no. I've not. I didn't know. I don't.
Me.
You?
No.
Me.
I never interacted with him. No.
Me. I got into it with him.
Okay.
Oh shit. Goodness gracious.
Listen, so he posted something, and Talib Kweli, to me, I think a lot of times he posts shit just so he can have attention and clap at people. To the point where he's addicted to responding to people. Like,
is he
if you
Kevin Durant of like rap?
No. I won't even compare him. Listen, I don't know who I would compare him with. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is his go-to. If you're white, like he's quick to call somebody racist. He's quick to call somebody a he's spews negative. Racist. Everybody's a racist, or whatever the case would be immediately. And my thing is,
off the top, that's what it is.
Go on his Instagram and look at something. If he posted something that's controversial as far as something happening, go through his comments and watch his responses to what people be saying.
Yeah.
But this is why I say he's sensitive. This is why I say he's sensitive. It's because he said something, he posted something, and I was responding to somebody else saying something in agreement with Talib Kweli. But see, he's so addicted to what he's doing that he didn't grasp what the fuck I was saying, and he thought I was talking it like talking.
You was on his side.
Exactly. So think about it in person. When you have people talking and arguing and shit, and you take their side.
I totally get what you're saying.
You take their side, and they're so in their fucking, they're in there that they think you going at them too. It's like, yeah. So like, he don't read he just read the respond. He don't read the digest. He reading the respond. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, he's sensitive about, like, bro, you in a public space, and you are doing a lot of good, but crazy. You still just a nigga. And I don't mean nigga as in the sense of being a black man. You still just a man. You're still just a person. Like get over yourself, dude.
He in social media spaces, he hasn't like stood up as a man, in my opinion. I don't know. His persona is not good.
It eats at him that he isn't revered as the rapper that he thinks he should be, because a lot of the people that be chiming in and find out who Talib Kweli is don't even know that he was like a really good rapper. Because I mean, if you're going off of like success,
this is very true.
If you're going off success, he goes outside of this
recognition. Most stuff doesn't.
Outside of that album with Mos Def, I mean,
he gets by. Yeah, he gets the quality
quick.
album.
Quick, name me.
He gets the Pippin nod.
Quick, name me. No, fuck that. Name me 5 Talib Kweli songs.
Oh God, don't do that.
But this is reality.
Don't do that.
You now. I know that y'all know that he's a dope rapper.
I like the quality album. I don't think he's made great albums, but quality album is really good album. Anyway, all right, go ahead.
He's a dope rapper.
The one he did with High Tech was dope, though.
The first one with High Tech.
Name 5 songs.
I can't name 5 songs.
Exactly. Watch this. Another rapper that's in that space. Lupe Fiasco. Name 5 Lupe songs.
Definition.
Easy. It's easy. They're both talented rappers, but in a similar, underrated, overlooked rapper category. Mm-hmm. But Lupe has shit that resonate. Talib does not. With that being said, you've been on the ride up. 1.
Peace.
Peace.